It may or may not be true.
That what?
It may or may not be true.
Yeah, that it may or may not be true. And what tense would we use?
Subjunctive.
Yeah, most of the time, right. Good. So when there's doubt, we use the subjunctive. And what about the two words have or has and happened? What does that tell us?
It's in the past.
It is in the past. So would we use the present or the present perfect?
Present perfect.
The present perfect. So if it's things that have happened, we use the present perfect, which is the verb haber in the subjunctive. So haya or hayas or haya, hayamos, hayas, and hayan, plus a past participle, which is a verb that ends most of the time in ado or ido, but there are some irregulars. Okay, so we can either say something like, I believe that has happened. Or we could say, I don't believe that that has happened. Or we could even say, it's possible that has happened. Okay. One of those statements would use the indicative, and the other two would use the subjunctive. Which one's which?
Wouldn't the subjunctive be the first one?
Mm-mm. Can anyone explain why, though?
Because it's their thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's opinion.
Yeah, so there's no doubt for the person speaking, there's no doubt. But down in the bottom, there is doubt in both of those things. Even if you say it's possible, you're not really sure either way.
Wait, Miss Flaherty, so we're using like 3 tenses on this subject?
So no, these two down here are both going to be the present perfect subjunctive. And the one up here is going to be the present perfect indicative, not subjunctive. Okay? All right. So the two in the bottom are one tense, and the one on the top is a different tense. But they're both happening in the past. Okay? So let's look at some examples. The example that I started with was I went to Africa, or I visited Africa. Okay. Did I do that?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So was that Kenzie?
Yep.
Okay. Kenzie piensa que la señorita ha visitado a Africa. For Kenzie, that's true. She thinks that I have visited Africa. Who doesn't think I have?
Me.
Ebony, great. Ebony no piensa que la señorita haya visitado a Africa. So we can see ha visitado and haya visitado. And we can see piensa indicating truth and no piensa indicating doubt. Okay, so when there's doubt, our haber is in the subjunctive. And when there's no doubt, our haber is in the indicative. You following along? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, both of them. Okay, great. Both of them say Señorita has visited Africa, but it just depends on whether we think she actually did or didn't. So I went to Morocco when I was studying abroad, but that's the furthest into Africa that I've been. So
Matt, what are you eating?
anyway, I need somebody else to give me an activity that they may or may not have done. But just say that you did. Can be anything. Anything appropriate to share in school.
I got in a car accident.
Okay. I hope you're okay.
No, like I literally did like 2 weeks ago in a drive-thru. So annoying.
Did you rear end them?
Yeah.
Were you
Were you-
texting?
I was just going to ask, were you texting?
Because she was putting
No,
her
my
shoe back
like,
on.
slipped off.
Uh,
And I hit the gas, not the brake.
okay. So
Was he
Kat,
mad?
Huh?
Was the person you hit mad?
So pissed. They literally declared like more money because they thought they were injured, even though they literally weren't.
Oh.
They're fake.
all right,
Period.
so we can see that had here is in the preterite because it happened. Kat had a car accident. And we're going to say, does anyone not think she had a car accident? We all seem pretty sure that she did. She's
We're
pretty
gonna
sure she
say
did.
that this is we're gonna say this is the second one.
Es
My
una
fourth one.
lástima. It's a shame. Okay.
Yeah,
Kat.
this is the fourth accident.
Yeah.
Why was your shoe off?
I don't know. It just
She was putting it
was
back on.
slides. Yeah, there were slides. Like fuzzy slides. They're cute.
Okay, so it's a shame that Kat has had an accident. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you and you're gonna be on topic. Okay, it's a shame
Miss
that
Clardy, I
Kat,
just don't get like how you know what tense to use.
right,
Like when I was
well,
Yeah,
when I was doing the homework, I wasn't even sure.
okay, so let's finish this example and then I'm happy to explain that.
Kat, are you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody who can still talk can perhaps tell me that how to say has had in the correct
I went to
tense.
get some coffee.
We don't know.
Are you on a big screen?
Yeah.
Would it be a or aya?
Aya.
Aya. tenido, un accidente de carro. Okay, so Matt, whenever we're using one of these phrases, like it's a shame that, or one that indicates doubt, like up above, we need to use the subjunctive, and that's how you tell. You have to look at the phrase that comes before it.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got in the notes that we've been taking for about, I don't know, 2 weeks. There's a ton of different phrases that all indicate that you need the subjunctive. So every time you see one of those phrases, you need to use a subjunctive. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So let's do something else. Can someone think of another example of something that has or maybe has not happened and they can not give it away right at the beginning? Okay, if you guys are going to keep being distracting in the chat, I'm just going to kick you out of the class and you can watch it later by yourselves. Or you can be responsible. Totally up to you.
I'll do this one. I'll do the next one.
Okay. Matt, what have you
What do you mean?
done? Like what sentence do you want to tell us that you have done? So Kat
I
said she
had
had a car accident.
I had breakfast.
Great. Matt ate breakfast. Matt ate breakfast. Who thinks Matt ate breakfast? Okay, great. Gianna thinks that Matt ate breakfast. So Gianna believes that Matt ate breakfast. Do we want a or aya?
Wouldn't it be ah?
Yes.
Because it's singular?
No. A and aya are both singular and both match Matt because they're both in the L form. But a is the indicative and aya is the subjunctive. Because Gianna is saying that she believes that you did eat breakfast,
Oh,
we use the indicative because there's no doubt.
okay.
Okay?
So indicative is no doubt, you said?
Correct. And we have
And
believe.
present perfect would be like the past, but like not doubting, and then the same thing with the present but opposite.
Yeah, so the present perfect,
And the perfect are both like not
means
doubt.
has done something.
Okay.
Has done something, right? And if it's indicative, it means you believe that that person has done that thing. And if it's subjunctive, that means that you doubt that they have. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Gianna believed you, but we're going to have somebody doubt you. Can be anybody. Anybody at all.
I doubt Matt ate breakfast.
Thank you, Ebony. Ebony, Duda, Kay, Matt, Aya, comido. El desayuno. Okay. So we can see that both of these have comido. The only word that changes is the haber, either in the indicative or the subjunctive, and it depends on whether or not you believe them. Okay. So,
I have a question.
yep, what's your question, Kenzie?
So when we do like the assignments,
Mhm.
are they always gonna be in present perfect?
Today's assignment is, the one from yesterday was just the present.
Oh, okay. But
It
they're
was,
both be in it.
what's up
They're both be in it.
today?
Yeah.
So today what you're gonna do is your friend is gonna say that he's done a bunch of things and you don't believe him. You're gonna say, I don't think you've done that. I don't believe you've done that. I doubt that you've done that. So are you gonna use the indicative or the subjunctive?
Subjunctive.
Yeah, the subjunctive in every single one. But what you're gonna be practicing with mostly is forming these past participles.
The Edo and Otto.
Yeah. Yep. And the irregular ones, like, right? Volver, like all those different ones that we had that were irregular. Those are pretty easy to find. There's a list of them in one of the notes, and you can also just Google irregular past participles, and you can come up with a list of them, irregular past participles.
Wait, can you write down the conjugations for it again?
Yeah, they're actually right up here. Plus the auto and the edo. So if it was like
Otto,
comer, it would be like
comido.
comido or hablar, hablado.
Okay.
Okay. Questions about anything, guys?
If it's for a friend, then it's gonna be Hayas, right?
Yeah, because you're talking to him. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. And you got to use a good phrase at the beginning, like, I don't think, I don't believe, I doubt, I deny. Anything from the list from, it was Monday or Tuesday, whichever day we had class. Okay.
When did it due?
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
It'll go up this evening. All right.
Are you posting it when we get off of Zoom?
No, it'll go up tonight.
You posted today. So you just do it. I got so many projects.
Nope, it's gonna go up tonight, but you have up until tomorrow night, so you'll have plenty of time.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay, so if there are no questions about the grammar or anything, then I'm gonna let you guys go. And if you do have questions and you didn't want to ask them here, you can email me.
Thank you.
All right,
Wait,
Thank you.
Miss Clarity,
Matt?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so you know the Zooms that I wasn't on?
Uh-huh.
If I send you the notes that I took from those Zooms, because I was like, I couldn't join the Zooms, but I did watch the videos and I took notes on them. So if I send them to you, do you think I could like get the zeros removed or no?
You have to really have a valid reason to miss class.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, bye.
All right. Adios.
I miss Flirty.
Bye.